you have to be fast on your feet, right? Because there is a situation that you could find yourself in this week that could bring sort of sadness, some sort of hurt. Hello, Gemini, my friends. I'm glad you could join me in your weekly reading. The following message is for you as told by the cards. Reversed Three of Swords, reversed the Glow, reversed the Return, the Libra, the Dash, the Fight. The cards are showing me that there is a possible lack of judgment that could be had for you this week, my friends. It is telling me that you need to be on your toes at all times this week, my friends, right? I can even sense a feeling of depression, right? It's almost like this situation could bring forth a feeling of hopelessness only if, right? Only if you have a momentary lapse of judgment. Okay, my friends, you have to be watchful, right? Not to give in to any emotions, because sometimes when we think, right, when we don't think, right, when we are led by our emotions, we come up with decisions, right, that could often, not often, but maybe half of the time, or more than half of the time, lead us to become disappointed in the end, to be regretful of those decisions, right? So it is very important for you, my friends, to listen to the people who are more knowledgeable, more wiser than you. If you are already in the situation but have not made any fatal mistakes yet, this is the time for you to seek out advice from people who you trust, from people who you value the opinions of. Because, my friends, you are at the precipice of remaining right in a neutral ground and falling into a negative state of emotions. You're walking on a thin line here right now, my friends. So you don't have to be scared, okay? Because nothing and nobody can push you over the edge but yourself. So you have to be very smart, my friends. You have to be, as this dash card here in upright is saying, you have to be fast on your feet. You have to be quick-witted. You have to be clever, right? You have to be fully present mentally this week, all right? In order for you to avoid making any mistakes, okay? Although that reading sounds very, very scary, it's just the way that the universe is trying to make sure that you don't hurt yourself, right? The cards do not wish to bring fear into the hearts of anybody who's listening to their messages, but the cards does not have an aversion to saying it, right? Saying it as it has to be said, right? You cannot expect a cherry on top, a sugar sprinkling over the messages to make it less sound scary sounding. So I know that message, it sounds scary to me too in my head, you know, because I said that you are walking on a thin line. But you have to realize, my friends, that if the cards don't say it to you straight, then who will, right? Who's gonna tell you? Would you rather hear the possibility of what could happen ahead of time, or would you rather experience those possibilities without any chances of turning back, right? So I just need you to open up your minds and your hearts to the cards, my friends. Even though that message, right, it's not what anybody wants, and nobody wants to hear that they are on the verge of making a mistake. Well, but somebody has to tell you, my friend. Somebody has to reel you in back to safety, all right? So going back to the message, my friends, just be very smart this week, all right? Learn from the previous mistakes that happened, and just be fast on your feet. If anything happens, right, do not panic, all right? Because once you start panicking, you become irrational and you make rash decisions. So just be mindful of the things that you're doing this week, right? Because the situation that you are in or might find yourself in, right? You did not ask for it, you are not asking for it, but it is just coming. As scary as that is, there are things in this world that we cannot control. Just like how the situation is coming to you because it's just this. So you just have to prepare yourself, okay? And Gemini, my friends, if you feel that this message is for you, let me know down in the comments below. What can I pray for you, my friends? What do you want me to pray for you? What do you want me to ask the universe on your behalf, right? But if you're not resonating with these messages and you heard all of the things that I've said, what advice can you give to your fellow Geminis who could be facing the situation, who could be in this scenario? Let me know down in the comments below, my friends. The world is such a better place when we all help each other out. So I am asking you for help for your other fellow Geminis who could be in this situation, like I said. All right, my friends, I will see you next week.